I love it. All right, so it's just setting us up on YouTube. And are we live? Okay, we are live. I love it. All right, so it's just setting us up on YouTube. Oh boy. And are we live? Okay, we are live. I love it. All right, so it's just setting us up on YouTube. Oh boy. And you like that? Are we live? Okay, we are live. I love it.
Oh,
All right, so it's just setting us up on we're in a time loop. Oh boy. And
like, what is happening?
like we're in a time
we
loop.
live? Okay. I'm like, is this a glitch is this a glitch?
It's a glitch in the matrix.
I was like, how is that? How is that?
I don't even know how it just kept looping like that. We're in our
Yeah.
creating our own
Let's
time
go.
space
Is that what we
continuum.
doing tonight, love?
Listen, hey, we're glitching the matrix. You hear me? All right.
If that's how it starts off, then that's what it was. I mean, I was sitting, and at first I was like, that was my instant. That's what it was. That was my instant. Like that was a glitch, right? And then when it kept going, and it's so interesting how we rationalize, and that thinking mind really gets in the way. Because then I sat there and I was like, well, maybe she's testing the audio. But even as I thought maybe she's testing the audio, it still didn't make any sense because I was like, how is what she just said like replaying itself over and over? Yeah.
That was a time loop. All right. Well,
Well, that'll be fun. Everybody
whatever.
was witness to that.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, real time, live time.
Oh, it's going down. It's happening.
Okay, beautiful. Well, here we go. So I'm going to pull a little bit of energy from the insect world, the butterfly world. And since B comes before D, we're going to tap into that energy.
That would be it.
Yeah, butterfly spirit. All right, so it's about transformation and how transformation is beautiful. Okay. So it's talking about the joy and the beautiful lightness of being alive and being creative. And it also talks about how transformation is inevitable as you grow into your most beautiful and empowered self. And even relationships must go through shifts to match the new emerging energy that you're stepping into. And focus on the beauty and not the challenges. And allow yourself to be easy and gentle. Don't take yourself so seriously. Remember, we were just talking about that? Choose to be playful, loving, and joyous. And allow the miracle of your soul to be experienced through you. Today is a day of joy. It's light. Look around you and see the beauty that is everywhere, including yourself. Transformation does not have to be traumatic or dramatic as things may seem to be right now. Remember, change is the only true constant. And when we resist it, we create a tension within us. In this particular moment, we may have forgotten that the beauty and the joy of life moves through different seasons as nature dictates. We are being faced with a choice now. I see you looking at me. And we can either struggle with the current condition, refusing to surrender and see through the lens of lack and loss, or we can surrender to the grace that is calling us and allowing us to live life fully, take its divine course, moving through the sadness and the disappointment. And by allowing that surrender to come through and to come forward, it will soften us. And it will invite us to bask in the gratitude and see through the lens of curiosity. This, beloved one, is the key to tuning into the infinite potential available to you now. The butterfly spirit knows the beauty and the delight that we are on the brink of discovering. Let go and trust that it is there for you now. And so it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's just take that all in. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I'm going to pass the talking stick and allow her to lead.
You know, I was, I'm sitting here receiving. First of all, thank you for that, and thank you for sharing. And as I sit here and receive, when I close my eyes, I see better with my eyes closed. So if I close my eyes and I'm still talking, just know that I'm receiving a vision at the same time. And then turning that vision into spoken word. But as I was receiving that and then, asking, while so many parallels are running at the same time for everyone present, and myself, and the symbolism with the butterfly, it keeps coming up that, yes, the process is beautiful. And when we talk about surrender and letting go, that sounds wonderful, blissful, sweet, sexy. And yet, when it's actually happening,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to talk about that
Yes.
because, with respect to the author and their creativity, or even when we reach these points in life, these defining moments, and we are then sharing them with the people that are here to receive that message, it's always in retrospect.
Yes.
And when it's in retrospect and I'm sharing it now, it sounds surrender, sweet, sexy, peaceful, blissful, a joyous process of unfolding. And unless I'm the only person on this entire earth, I would be an anomaly that it actually went down like that. It does not. When it's happening,
Yes.
when it's happening, and you're in what I call the magic dark, which is that place of uncertainty between your old self, your constructed identity,
Yes.
and the new self, your highest self, the I am, the embodiment of her, this space in between, it's so uncertain, but it's also where the magic is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I call it the magic dark.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, instead of looking at it in retrospect, when it's occurring and you feel like you're losing your mind, you are.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you feel like your world is falling apart. It
Mm,
is.
it is.
And you're going to feel like you have no one to support because you still have the people within this current reality who are thinking of you, holding you to, seeing, expecting you, wanting you to still behave as the program, if I may, right?
Yes.
And you're moving into this new space. So as you're transforming and going through all of these things, the unraveling, the metamorphosis that's happening within inside the cocoon,
Yes.
it's not, it's 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 not easy and it's not glamorous
At all.
at all. It is, I call it for fun and maybe for to maintain my sanity as I was going through it, I call it an existential excavation.
Yes, you did.
An I can't even say it today.
I know. I know what you're saying.
But with
Existential
that,
excavation. Mm-hmm.
it's like what you have to hold on to and be and do moment by moment by moment by moment during this metamorphosis process, during this
Mm-hmm.
transformation, during the transmissions that are coming in, during the shedding of the old to unveil the new, right? This does not go down without a fight. It does not go down without a fight. And so, yes, the embodiment of the goddess are stepping into that in retrospect. Yes, it's very beautiful. It makes wonderful poems and stories.
It does. What is it? It reminds me of the quote by Maya Angelou where she says, you know, we admire the butterfly.
Mhm.
I do not want to butcher this. I'm not good at quoting people verbatim. I do not. I want to honor Dr. Maya Angelou. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me find it. I do not want to misquote this woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, cannot misquote this goddess. Hold on. Yes. So the quote is, we delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty.
That's it. Perfect. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah. And I think of her, and I think of, you know, these particular women of power, regardless of the stories, the scandal, whatever, all the things surrounding them. But I think of people like Maya Angelou, who did not even speak until I don't think she uttered a word until she was like 5 years old or 6 years old, right? And this is a woman who her words and the intention and the impact of her words on this world have been profound.
Mhm.
And her life was not an easy life. But look at the amazing, beautiful butterfly that she became, right? I think about people like, and okay, I got to give the disclaimer, you know, despite all of the things surrounding Oprah right now, I think about this woman's life and how she grew up and that she came from a place that some of us could never even imagine the type of conditions that she came from, the things that she had to endure through her childhood. And even this particular, what I'm calling right now, the like the eye of the needle, like threading, you know, this particular birthing process that we're going through right now is so profound, particularly for the divine feminine, because the patriarchy wants to do everything in its power to silence it because they know their time is up.
Mm. But see,
And mhm,
here's what's so interesting about the entire paradox of being on Earth. It's this misidentification with who we really are that is causing all of the we are glitching like crazy. Let's go.
can't even tell you,
What was
like,
that? Where did that come from?
I don't know, and it's just the two rings. I don't know.
And
That
like in
was
about
God
2 seconds, I'm
calling.
gonna have to check
Hey,
out because now you're gonna like
God,
I mean like whoever is like watching trying to tap in,
you
so
know what I'm saying?
we
Like,
might have
let
to
me
take
call
this
it.
to another level. Like this is gonna be our first telepathic live because we're gonna get off the technology with all this.
You know what I'm saying?
So come on and take it to the next level. But no, so the misidentification and when we realize that we're this sentient divine, and if we're talking about the divine feminine tonight, this divine sentient being having a human experience. And when we step into this space where there is the realization, the awakening, the veil lifted, that
Hmm.
I am the one that is observing it all,
Yes.
and I start identifying correctly, then it begins a shift. And these things that we may call traumatic, or that we'll say humans call
Hmm.
traumatic,
Yeah.
and we attach to, well, you then realize that it had to happen that way in order to achieve their life's goal or their life's mission. So then when I know for me, I can speak for myself, when I got to the point that it was like everything was about an experience, that I came here. So from wherever I'm from, right, I came here for an experience. And we do sometimes, we lightly say earth school, but really like earth school. And to learn, and some of my favorite, you said earlier the word cope, right? One of my favorite coping techniques is to actually sit back and get on my throne when I'm hurting and going through something, and I observe it, and I'll be like, isn't that interesting? Okay. The human cries when her boyfriend doesn't call her back. Let's just say something silly like that, right? Something worldly, something. And then to start to look at it from that perspective, to gain an understanding. So I was like, oh, if I'm here to experience, then I am here to understand how this super suit, I call it the super suit. That's what we called it with the kids.
Right.
How
Hmm.
this body can work as an instrument of consciousness. And that starts to redefine some things. So,
Hmm.
so yeah, I mean, I'm saying that to support um, what you were bringing up about the people that we do hold in high regard and what they had to go through to get to who they are today. But yeah, and at the same time, that applies to everyone that, what we're going through. And especially those that you're being called, or you already, you know that you are called
Hmm.
into this work or into the embodiment of who you are. Everything then starts to take on different meaning. But then it has sense of humor. It will intensify. And it intensifies as like the refining process, but to remember that while you're in the magic dark and these things are going on, that is the work. And that is where I feel like every philosophy and with respect to all different beliefs, that is where our job is to seek first the kingdom, right? You seek first internal, the throne, my kingdom, and everything else is added. And literally, that is enough work. That is a daily, constant, moment by moment thoughts, distractions, casual curses said by people. This is the world that we live within. So, to
Yeah.
maintain that state of being is the work. And to maintain that when you're in the state of transformation in the magic dark, it's a lot of courageous work. So, yeah, I do. I want to, yes, honor the transformation of the butterfly. But, like you said, rarely is it talked about
Mhm.
what metamorphosis looks like, feels like, before you
Yes,
become the butterfly. So,
baby, and it is work. You hear me? Like that butterfly is in there. The only way that it survives outside of the chrysalis, first it's the cocoon and then it's the chrysalis. And the only way that it survives is it is in that little thing. Like it, it is like working its wings like crazy because that's how it strengthens the wings the entire time. I'm talking, that little teeny thing. I mean, when you see it, I've seen it, some of these chrysalis, and it looks like it could just be this gorgeous gem earring that you just hang on your ear. Super small, it's super tight. That butterfly is in there giving its all. You hear me? To develop these huge wings that just open up and like curl out when it comes out.
it really is quite miraculous.
Yeah, you would never think that it was even inside. How did it even fit inside of there?
And that's the
Yeah.
butterfly. So, yes, imagine the human, right?
Yeah, I jokingly earlier I was saying to a friend, I'm like, I think I mentioned this to you maybe in a different way, but it's like, all right, so what, how did I sign up for this particular contract?
and,
What
and
in the world? Like,
what did I sign up for? Like when I got the verse was like we really need to have a conversation because I'm quite sure I didn't. There's no way I
can
would
we
have.
renegotiate this contract? Like,
And everybody else watching, they have had the same, or they're about to have that same experience. Yes.
right. And see
You're like, I did not sign up for this. No way.
right. What typically happens is I will get the download before other people do, before the masses get it. I get it first. So what we are experiencing, maybe some people haven't quite gotten there yet. They will though. It's coming. You hear me? Okay?
It is
It is
coming,
it is
whether you
coming.
want it or not. It's coming. Time is
It is not for the faint of heart.
it
You hear
really.
me? It is not for the faint of heart. It's a
Oh,
lot of transformations that are happening on a lot of levels. People are feeling it, but the way in which we are feeling it and experiencing it is levels. It's levels to the game. So, yeah, I'm super grateful, this is why, because sometimes you can feel alone out here. Like, is it just me?
but yeah, and I was just gonna say that I was so grateful for the community. Grateful for community. Yeah.
That is why having, a sacred circle of people around you is so essential because I can't tell you how many days I felt like, am I the only one out here? Like, what is happening? Where are my people?
Yeah. I feel the
The
same way.
people,
I feel like yeah.
yeah, the people around you may not be they don't see you, they don't acknowledge you in the way that you feel that you should be acknowledged. It's like, oh, oh, okay, you're into that thing. Oh, mm. And I feel like that is simply as we're taking ownership for our lives, right? And the creative experience. We have chosen these people to be in our lives to strengthen us, to strengthen our fortitude, our resolve, our resilience. These people are very vital. They're playing a vital role. It doesn't feel good, but they are playing a role, and we have chosen them to be in our damn film and our play in this game called life. And they are developing us. They are making us stronger, wiser, more aware. So even with the pain, I still have to hold a certain sense of gratitude for them. I have to say thank you. Even for the things that I call bullshit, I have to say thank you for the bullshit.
And see that's also see another interesting point for me because I feel like sometimes we have these people in our lives and that they are a part of the unfolding. But I also think that all too often we give them way too much power. We give away our power um, by by giving them the power, the authority for what they do or are here to do. And one of the greatest shifts was, if this is my kingdom, this is my kingdom, my reality, this is my kingdom. And if, yes, I am, but yes, the queen in my kingdom, and somebody is running rogue in my kingdom, then it is my responsibility to do something about it within the kingdom, right? Now, I'm going to
Yes.
take it a step further. I'm going to take it a step further because it is also indicative that if they're a character in my film,
Mm-hmm.
right, and they are not playing their role, then I
Yes.
need to rewrite the script.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Come
I
on now.
think that sometimes we say, okay, well, there's this person, this event, and it's traumatic, and it's part of the life changing, but we say, like as if we're at the mercy of that,
Yes.
and then later, like, oh yes, that event, person, place, thing shaped me and all that, but still, it's still giving away the power. Versus, okay, this person, place, thing is running rogue in my kingdom, and if
Mm-hmm.
I am truly the queen, if I am truly the goddess that I am. And this is how this is the embodiment, this is how you know them
Mm-hmm.
by their fruits.
Yes.
Then it's time to write the script. It's time for the rogue to come before the throne
The
and
court,
let me put
let's bring forth the court jester.
but also, I say that in loving analogy and the metaphor that's here, but it is an internal job, and it is that rewriting of the script and the dealing with the rogue, the energy of the rogue internally. And it does take on a very beautiful process, but that process sometimes needs some fire, needs some heat, needs to be burned, some attention needs to be taken away from it, some
Mhm.
stories that have been told around it that gives it all of that energy, right?
Yes.
So I say all that yes, these things that are designed to shape us, and 1 second, that it's our power, it's our responsibility to rewrite the script or to
Absolutely. And
That's a really
renegotiate
good
the
one.
contract.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important for us to be able to,
You see
renegotiate the
my
contract.
aluminum moving across my table? I'm so sorry. Like, it's moving. Ah, it's back here. So sorry about that. I've been practicing. It literally
I,
just moved,
oh,
and I've
nice.
been practicing, telekinesis, psychokinesis, and so that just caught my attention. So
Okay.
forgive me
I
for that.
wish that we could
So
see
we
it.
got glitches, and we got all kind of
We
stuff
got the
going on.
time, we got time loops, we got glitches in the matrix. I'm just waiting for the
Keep
black
going. I'm gonna
cat.
bring it up just a little closer in case it wants to be active while you continue to talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I see. I can see it now.
Keep
Okay.
it. Let's keep going. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, I love the idea of renegotiating the contract. And I say that because I know I have been here so many times. And not only have I been here so many times, I have had the same recurring actors. Like
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity to rewrite the script and to bring into balance, because that's what we were talking about with the butterfly, to bring into balance these places where I um, may have made mistakes before in the past, and I'm making a different choice now. And that choice, what I'm choosing right now, is I'm choosing a life of magic and joy and divine completion with some of these relationships in this particular lifetime. I'm no longer interested in coming back and wearing a different suit and meeting these same people again. I give thanks for them. I honor them. And after this lifetime, that's it. They
That's
are
the,
they are no longer welcome. If in the event that I do have to come back,
no, that's
it's,
not an option.
I know that's right. You said, "Well,
No,
right."
it's the
I
last go
always,
round. It's the
right,
last time. Save this part of the Zoom.
right.
It's
Fade to
the
black.
last time.
Yeah, that's it.
So no, I do not entertain any thought that I do not want to see manifest in my life.
Right, right,
So
right.
this is the last time,
Cancel.
but
Well,
continue on.
we get right. We do get 17 seconds, right? And that what they said is you get 17 seconds and then you can retract your statement. So yeah, I'm just really, really grateful. I've learned so much from them in this lifetime and other lifetimes. And yeah,
But that is and that is the beautiful process and the beautiful part of um, the the realization and the embodiment when you can look at those characters or those souls, and you can see them as who they are in their divinity, right? But then you can also see who they became, their constructed identity, and how that interacted and impacted your human experience, right?
yes.
When you can see it from that perspective, or even from that vantage point, and then you can see all of the others as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but compassion can come through, and then you also understand they had to play their role. So then you get to, okay, thank you. Right? I am
Mhm.
so grateful. You're right. You're right. Grateful for it because had you not did what you did or we experienced what we did, then I wouldn't be who I am today. Now,
Absolutely.
we're going to shorten the lifetimes that it takes us to get to this point.
Can we get an amen on that?
But no, but and I do, and I do because that's also something that came through, and I think you even, you pulled that in the beginning, the playfulness, right? Playfulness.
Yes.
We do. We cannot take this so seriously, as serious as we do.
Yeah. But
So,
a big part of our training here in the Earth School is recognizing that suffering is just a part of the training program. It
mm.
doesn't feel good, you know?
But it's
Um,
100% within our control as to whether or not we suffer or how much we suffer, and definitely how long we do.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
mm,
Indeed. All right.
that part
Well,
of the process.
mm-hmm. That is definitely a part of the process. All right. I'm gonna pull up the dragonfly.
Okay.
Let's
Now
do.
this will be interesting because they were swarming today. I was walking, I was on I call it my wisdom walks, walking in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And when the universe wants to get your attention, something like a swarm of dragonflies will do it. So
Absolutely.
all of a sudden it was just like one, two, and then they were all over the place. And then it becomes obvious when one just kind of zooms by and then hovers right here and then darts off.
Mm-hmm.
So so yes, the dragonfly was significant today.
Yes, I love that.
Let's hear it.
Well, here we are.
Mhm.
And what it says is truth transcends illusion. It's about to get real good up in here. I'm feeling that, just that part alone. That right there is a word. Okay, and the number is 22. So master frequency 22 on the dragonfly card. Truth transcends illusion. Hmm. Dragonfly spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and the truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as a dragonfly catches your eye with its beautiful, iridescent, reflective wings and body, dragonfly spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and to recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking from behind the veil. In the realm of spirit, there is far more wisdom than you can perceive with your senses. And there is a deep knowing that you are never separate and or alone. For a higher power always recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipate as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, just like the dragonflies, everywhere, always in communication with you, alighting you when you are preoccupied. The dragon spirit, the dragonfly spirit offers this message. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom. And you are being nudged along the path that your soul needs to have the experiences that it craves. Love exists in many forms. And sometimes we overlook it when we don't recognize a particular form. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams, seemingly empty space guiding us on our journey. Open to the truth, letting wisdom of the hidden realms inform you, providing insights that your conscious mind may overlook. I'm going to stop there. There's more. Dragonfly spirit was full. Yeah. I mean, that's that just being able to receive the messages from the hidden realm beyond what is on the surface. It's like living in the world, but not being of the world.
And trusting it, because there's also something very key that you said in the beginning, and coming back to the space of uncertainty in the transformation. So now maybe linking the butterfly and the dragonfly for just a moment. When you go internal and you start to receive these divine downloads and you start to receive the wisdom, you know that you know, but you also know before everybody else knows. And so to trust that what you're receiving before having any evidence of what you're receiving requires tremendous courage and a faith. And when we begin to tap into this infinite source of power and knowledge and wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
you know, but you know, and no one around you knows. Then you have to contemplate, do you share? Do you keep it to yourself? And at the same time, you're in this beautiful phase of exploration. So the tendency is more to keep it with yourself as you continue to receive. And the more you receive, the more you receive. And it just keeps going and going. So, yes, dragonfly, we hear you in the hidden realms, in the places of knowledge and wisdom, infinite wisdom, if we will still ourselves for the moment to tap in and hear and receive those messages.
Yeah, the first time that I ever encountered just a swarm of dragonflies, I was at the graduation for a priestess, and she was graduating. It was She went through a traditional African spiritual traditional initiation, and she became a priestess. And we were out in this field in West Virginia, and they were literally everywhere, just in the middle of this field. It was just like, it was so magical because the sun was shining down, like through the trees, through the grass, it was just, I had never encountered anything like that before. Um, in the insect kingdom. I mean, sometimes it'll be little teeny bugs, but sometimes those are the bugs you're like, oh no, go away. But the dragonflies there, and their immense beauty, and you know how they just kind of dart around and then they stop and they kind of like hover
They're
for
like
a
they're like the
minute.
hummingbird, the insect hum.
They
They're like
are like hummingbirds. Yeah, they move like hummingbirds.
they do.
Um, I mean, it was just so fantastic. And ever since then, I've had a connection with them. And yeah, they're one of my the closest insects actually. The butterfly, the bee, and the dragonfly are the three that really, really, I'm like super close to them. So the fact that you encountered these, that alone was like, yeah, that's why I was like, are you sure you don't want to talk about this tonight? Because
Well, now knowing and then now seeing
you
the
didn't
importance
know.
for
Yeah, you
you.
didn't
And
even, yeah.
again, I love how that works as well. And that's how you know, like, again, it's beneficial for all. It's everyone. There's probably somebody listening right now that's like the dragonfly queen, or the words and everything, or they had their experience. And I just love how that all comes together. Now here you are pulling the dragonfly card and talking about dragonflies. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here we
So
are, you know.
receive.
Even the prayer, the prayer talked about the morning dew that we talked about earlier and all the things.
Always speaking, the messages are always there. Again, it's like, are we tuned in, tuned
Hmm.
in to receive?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so I'll share this last portion.
Okay.
There's a protection message here. And the message is, did you really think this world of the senses is all that there is? Did you really think that was it? Like, this isn't it.
Mm.
From the hidden mystical realm, signs are being sent to you. But perhaps you have perceived separation and convinced yourself that you're on your own. Have you fallen into spiritual amnesia and forgotten your connection to a living, loving, always supportive universe? If so, rub the sleep out of your eyes, for the dragonfly spirit is here to remind you in every moment. There's an organizing principle underlying the events that you have experienced, and the dragonfly spirit can help you see it and trust that spirit always has your back. Let go of the illusion and the chaos and the randomness. Love is here. So follow the signs that appear serendipitously. As you pay attention to all the magic around you, you will know that you are on the right track. I mean, you just basically read the last part before I even said it. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I was like, do we really want to make the reference to that you know before you know, but
yeah, you know that you know that you, when you know that you know that you know.
before everybody else knows. So all
Mm-hmm.
you have to do is show up and be clear on what you want, and everything else literally does take care of itself when you remember who you are. And that, yes, truly there is no separation.
Mm-hmm.
And in that remembrance, then all of these wonderful things begin to happen. I mean, for one, I'd love to say this because I do. I want to thank you and I want to honor you, and just the beautiful way that you hold the space. Because I first met you, I was trying to do some calculations. I really don't do time, but for the purposes of
Me
conversation,
neither. I'm not good. Like
I
people
mean,
be
I'm
like,
like
"What year was
ageless,
that?" I'm
timeless,
like,
and I do not do time. So but I was trying to go back and think about how long ago we had our first experience, the first encounter.
yeah,
And that was back in like 2014, 15, 16 maybe, 16 at
okay,
the latest.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Um, and to be one that, saw, or how things just aligned and were set up then to be here now to meet you in the capacity that I did, and then now in the embodiment of, who we are. It's just, again, every single moment in life is the unraveling to take you to the ultimate remembrance of who we are. And on that journey, you meet these beautiful people where, yes, hidden things hidden in plain sight. I would have
Mhm.
never known. I would have never known in
I know.
2015, 16 that I would be here with you in this beautiful space and light and sharing in your gifts. So thank you. Thank you for
Thank
that.
you. Thank you
And yeah,
too.
let the signs and the synchronicities and enjoy the moment, enjoy the unfolding. Everything happens and is to bring you into the embodiment of fulfillment and what we are here on this earth to experience, to experience.
Yes. And to not question ourselves and not and remember that we're not alone, you
But,
know.
but we do that though too though. We
Yeah.
do, and it's so because I have a passion for what I call keeping the goddess real, because it's like we question ourselves, but then it's like, but where's the balance, the balance between the goddess and the humanity, right? Because as I'm sitting here talking to you, and I'm going to keep it real, sitting here talking to you, and my practicing of telekinesis moves across the table. Well, I start questioning. Was that me? Was that the air conditioning? What was that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying. Where within the magic dark, as you're stepping into, and it would be like, no, love. Yes, that was you. That was the energy, or that was and it may come through later because the wisdom is always there. I do want to honor that when it happens and when it's occurring, and we're the butterfly and we're transforming while the dragonfly is trying to remind us. When those things happen, it is the realization of who you are and the power. Oh, you sit with that. If you sit with that, yes, going back to the chrysalis, if all that was contained in the little chrysalis,
I
think of
know.
all that is contained within here,
Yeah.
all unfolding.
Hurt.
So yes, I wanted to honor that. That always pulls at my heartstring, especially when we're in a gathering and in the community, and transformations and transmissions are all occurring simultaneously.
Yeah.
I want to honor that metamorphosis process, and
It
that it's
is.
also okay. It's okay. It's okay to question.
Yeah. It's
It's
okay
that
to be.
curiosity that leads you
Mm-hmm.
into full embodiment. So, but yes, love, please continue.
Yeah. It's okay to be uncertain, and the beauty of most of the most amazing goddess circles that I've been in is that we allow the space for the divine to come through when the divine is ready.
Mm.
There's an agenda, but that agenda is always loose because what? Because the divine feminine and the goddess get to choose when they're ready.
So true.
And it may not be on it may not be on this type of time.
Right? Or when we think that, oh, okay, well, I've decided that I'm going to go through my transformation, or oh, now I'm going to, and we make these declarations. We make them in, I'll say loving arrogance, that as if we're actually in control of it, and that we can actually say, okay, well, I am in my goddess era, and I'm starting to work on me, and I'm becoming, and that is one of the most humbling parts of the journey. That you're right. It is actually all through, and it is within that timing that we have no idea when that is, only that it is. And so Yes, while I may say, oh, well, I'm holding out my hand right now, and this is supposed to move.
Right. Mm-hmm.
No, it moves when it wants, when there's a, yeah, so yeah, thank you for sharing that because that's it. The timing, and moving when it is time and not when we think or believe it should be time. And even then, there's still a different time. And I actually think that that's part of the surrender training. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I love that. I love that. All right. It was one more something, right? Oh, the alligator.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. That energy
Now
came.
that one was unexpected. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, but I
is
also
that
knew there
something
was
that typically happens there?
yeah, oh yes, absolutely. Anywhere that there's fresh water. So
Okay.
I knew the gator was there. I'd sensed it before. I'd sensed it before. So
Mm-hmm.
in the backyard, there's a lake.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a general rule in Florida. Anywhere there's fresh water
Mm-hmm.
or a golf course and there's a pond with water, there's a gator in there.
Wow.
And so I was walking my dog and my little poot, my dog that's this big.
Oh.
And so and I looked up and I was like, oh well, hello. And and there was an exchange. And so
Okay.
I would be very interested in, yes, with the alligator, because the alligators, we see them as within this menacing energy, but it's a very beautiful, beautiful animal as it was swimming. But then there was this knowing, again, here's the knowing, the wisdom that came in
Mm-hmm.
because it started to slow down and I knew it was slowing down. And I was like, and then the feeling came, I was like, you're about to make contact with the alligator. And I was like, okay, this is a regular occurrence. So as the gator's coming, and then when when they're preparing, their bodies start to sink so that all you see is like their head. So they're under the water like this. But as they're
Mm-hmm.
swimming along, it's like this. You can actually see he was really, really long, right? Big.
Mm-hmm.
Starts to get down like this. And I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. And so
Mm-hmm.
it pulls up, but I'm walking parallel. So gator's coming like this, and this is me and my dog. Now, mind you, I picked up my dog already.
Right. That was what was coming to mind. I was like,
Like
where is the doggy?
Poochie, baby is right
Yes.
underneath, but
Come on,
she's
love.
good. She's good, yes, because
Okay.
I'm not trying to actually go toe to toe with the gator, which we'd have to if that was, but we won't put that out there. So anyway, so as we're walking and the gator's coming, the gator stops and stops right here, and I'm right here. And
Mm.
it has its eye and it's looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I recorded, I think I sent it to you, and I was like, I see you.
I
And
love
it did, it said back, I see you. And
right.
so there was an exchange with the gator. And then it decided to mosey on. So
Mm.
at first it was like, are we doing a wonderful, loving, oneness exchange?
Mm-hmm.
Or, Mama Bear came out. And I was like, are you eyeing the poochie too long? Like, what are
Right.
we doing?
Right.
Don't make me
Don't get
cast a
any
spell.
ideas. Okay.
So, but yeah, so would be interested in that. But yes, it was in the backyard swimming as I walked my dog.
Okay. Wow. Just random occurrence. Now, I know that the alligator is very present in, okay, I know that Ert is I think she's a hippo and something else. Is it a hippo? Yeah, she's a hippo and some other animal. Okay, I'll look that up. But let me go with the energy here specifically just for the alligator totem. Okay, so obviously we know that these animals are ancient. They are descendants of, the ancient primal creatures that were on the earth millions of years ago, right? And some of their gifts are their ability to adapt effortlessly to ever-changing environments. As top predators and skilled hunters, they move with lightning speed and agility. Patience and flexibility are highly useful traits that these warriors bring. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, come on. Okay, they are the keepers of magic and the knowledge from our ancestors, bringing these secrets to modern times. They guard this magic fiercely and keep it safe from those whose intentions are not pure. Be extra assertive in setting boundaries. Didn't you just say that? And guarding your own personal space. Now is the time to explore and study the practical magic of our ancestors as a way to expand your own spiritual evolution. Honor your ancestors and look to the wisdom of the past as you ascend into the future. I mean, we can just end it right here at the
I
end
mean,
of that.
I
You know
don't even
what
want
I'm
to
saying?
say
Like,
anything because it's just, it is one of those moments where, yeah. And I will say this,
mm,
that has been one of my biggest asks as of late. Because when I went on the journey of discovering my DNA, the call that keeps stirring, along with the visions from any ceremony I've participated in, is that call back to the ancestors, who we really are. What were their practices? I am convinced, I know that they were the healers, the energy workers, the medicine women, the healing hands. I know that that's where that comes from. I feel that within my soul. But
yeah.
yes, what are those practices?
Well, I feel like, again, you talk a lot about remembrance, that we are remembering what those things are, and we're stepping back into it. This particular ring right here, this one is forget the name of the stone, but it's a ring of ancestral communication. And you know, it works. It's working.
And then, but then to also bring that back to the dragonfly and the butterfly. The wisdom is within those quiet inner spaces. So the message here in putting that together, if you want to know, it comes back to ask and it is given, seek and you will find. It is going internal and sitting, knowing that you have access to all wisdom. So therefore, I am the wisdom of my ancestors. And so therefore, I confidently receive the transmission that occurred, is occurring, is about to occur, because it's all happening now when I tap in tonight. And the message from the dragonfly: trust what you receive, trust what you hear, trust what you sense beyond your five senses. And that is how you have your direct experience and your tangible knowing, knowing that you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring that to modern times.
Yeah.
Ja.
I mean, it's so much, it's so much in this, like,
There's so much.
I mean, we can take this in so many different directions. We're gonna obviously have to,
Do it again.
yeah,
Follow up
like,
part two.
so
Does that
yeah,
mean you're inviting me back?
of course. I am officially inviting you
Oh,
back
it's so
into
lovely being here.
the sacred space, and I mean, you see why I have the flexibility that I have around guests and how things unfold and where we get to take it, because it's a co-creation. It's a co-creation. I've done it where it's been more formal and more structured, and I just feel like it's a beautiful thing when we get to be in a sacred space and co-create it in the moment. You know, I think that sometimes our minds are so programmed and ready to, okay, we gotta boom dun, 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 dun. And the magic is really created when you're just in the moment and you allow spirit to lead and guide you. um, and I just really give thanks for you, and I will make sure I send you this information because I know, after meditating on it and sleeping on it and all the things, something else is going to be birthed out of it, or some things else, multiple things. So I just give thanks, and I would love to see that piece of foil just like jump up off the counter and like spin around
Wouldn't that
and
be the
then become
ultimate?
like
But
a
see, here's
10.
what happens. See, because now that if we look at now the expectation, it's not going to, right? It's like
Right,
it
right.
literally is like you have to
It's
not
like,
pay attention, then it's like, oh, guess what? So
right.
yeah, so you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, let's go. And it's like, yeah, nothing.
Mm. Not today, not right now.
I mean,
Right? It's like when you're
it's like
watching.
we do not perform on command. This is not
Yeah, I'm not here for your entertainment.
exactly. So
Okay.
here for your training.
Yes. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that was in The Golden Child. Do you remember? Have you seen that? The Eddie Murphy movie?
I love that movie.
Oh my gosh. Do
We
you
still
remember
quote
when?
it to this day.
Right. Oh my gosh, so many funny parts. I
So
am not gonna go there because
no, we can't. We
I
can't.
could it's oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
one day we will
we
because
will.
there's so many funny parts. Yeah.
Yeah, so many hilarious parts. Um, but do you remember when they had the golden child in the cage that was open like a bird cage, but
Yeah.
human size? And then he took the spoon
Mhm.
and he commanded the spoon to dance.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Remember, he knocked
Yep.
over
But
the
he was
oatmeal
entertaining himself.
and he took the spoon, he bent the spoon, and he commanded the spoon to dance. So the spoon turned into this like little tin person that was dancing around and entertaining even the guy that was supposed to be ensuring that he stayed imprisoned.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's a word, like that is a word that we get to bend the spoons. And even the people that want to keep us imprisoned, we get to entertain them.
Mhm.
And and we get to distract them because
Mhm.
it's magic. It's a magical thing that's happening. So, that was spirit just leading us on a little journey. And, we could continue to go on, but, I feel like in that moment of 11:11,
There you go.
that we will continue this divine connection. I feel like we just kind of scratched the surface. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just
thank
gonna
you
get
for
it's
having
gonna get better and better each time. I'm so excited.
me. I
I love it.
appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you to
Yeah.
everybody that joined and watched, joined us live.
Yeah. I love it.
Mhm.
I love that. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for the people that have been present and the people that are coming and all the things. And I will make sure that I share all the juicy tidbits with you that come out of this in terms of how things are edited and all of that. But
Thank
yeah, this has been lovely. I'm
you.
looking forward to more. And yeah, you're so beautiful and so divine. And it's an honor to be here with you.
Likewise, my love. All right. I will see you later.
Okay,
Okay.
love and light. Okay, peace and love. Rest well.